Secret Life of Pets 2. Action. What's going on, moviegoers all over the world? My name is Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
Amanda, that cat lady Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is, guys. I mean, is this not the perfect movie for you, Angela? I mean, so much great aspects and so much great animation in this film, guys. This is our Secret Life Pets. Secret Life of Pets 2, ladies and gentlemen. This is our movie review. And wow, what did it, I mean, just very entertaining, I guess you could say. We could start off by saying that, right?
Yeah, I love animals. I think it's a great concept of like, okay, people go to work, people live on their lives. What happens when the pets are home?
Exactly.
They take their own little adventures, and I love it.
Yeah.
I was super excited for the first one.
Dang,
glad for the sequel, and I gotta say, it lived up to my expectations.
Oh yeah, it did way more than it really did. It exceeded my expectations because going into this movie, especially after a sequel, after coming into after the first one and everything, I was just like, what do you do? What kind of story? No, guys, it does not happen like that whatsoever. The story is really spot on, and I loved it too. As we'll mention spoilers at the very end, a little bit small, little snippets of spoilers, but a little bit tricks that they did love that I will mention at the very end, but. So, I mean, just the way the story, I felt like the story was so well written and it was just very directed very well in the aspect of just these characters, every single one, these dogs, cats. I mean, it really did create this universe. Illumination knows how to freaking make a good animation movie. I mean, they did it with Minions. They're doing it again with Minions too.
Despicable.
Yeah, Despicable Me. Just all that itself, the House of Illumination really knows how to make an entertaining movie.
And I feel like it was so easy to jumpstart off of like what the previous movie was because we already got most of the backstory for the characters in the first movie. So you didn't really need to explain who these characters are, what's their story, who their owners are, what kind of personalities they do, because if you remember from the first one, you kind of remember who's like what, and I like that. Like they can just go into a fresh new story.
Yes,
and they did it very well.
And I will say this, the last movie, I'll say it and I'll say it again over and over. I did not like Kevin Hart in the last movie. He was annoying. The voice was so annoying.
I love Kevin Hart.
I didn't like it.
I love him. All he does, stand up movies, animation, like voiceovers. Yeah. He's great. I liked him in the first movie, and I still liked him in this movie.
Okay, but with this one, I am gonna say that he was very entertaining in this one. He was way more funnier. He was way more
his character
chemistry. It was very. It didn't feel forced because with the first one, I don't know why. It just for some reason it just felt so forced for me. But coming into this, I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, okay, let's go see this. Let's see Secret Life of Pets 2. Let's see what other life they have and whatnot. And to see this happen and to see how the story was written and how it was told, I loved it so much. I love Snowball. I love Daisy as well. We got Tiffany Haddish. I mean, we know her from Girls Trip.
I love her. And it's not the first time Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish have worked together.
Oh, really?
Night School.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Night School. Yeah.
So they've worked together before. And it's so funny because I think they're kind of together for the most of the film. Mm-hmm. Like they have their own little side adventure as part of the side plot, and I liked that a lot because they're both super funny.
Yes, and I loved it too because also, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's not a spoiler whatsoever, but like I loved it whenever you bring different characters and different stories. It's like they told two different stories and they brought all the stories together and they brought it into the same one story. And I was just during this movie in the middle of this film. I was like really speculating. I was just like, how are they going to combine it all? Like, is it going to be too cheesy? Is it going to be too weak? No, it wasn't. It was very I felt like it was very climactic in the moments it needed to be. It was so entertaining. The logic of this was so spot on.
I feel like every pet owner, regardless of what type of pet, you can relate to this film. Yeah. Like for me, we have cats. I've always had cats.
That's why you're that crazy cat lady.
And the bits that have the cat, like Chloe, where you like get to know more about her life. they're just so funny because that's just how a cat is. It's so funny.
Chloe was voiced by Lake Bell, and we know her from What Happens in Vegas. Well, I know we both know her from
she's funny in there.
She's done a lot. I like her character. Roles. Yeah, she's done a lot of roles. She's from No Strings Attached. You know, in a world and all that good stuff. So she's a known actress and everything. But it was just funny just to get the whole voice cast back, and I loved it so much. And then also we did get a new cast in here, of course, the famous Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah, it was kind of hard to tell it was him.
No, I mean, okay, I was just like, I kind of figured it was him because I didn't look at the cast. I just knew like it was the original people. I didn't see the new cast, and then when we after the fact, I was just like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, you could kind of tell he was just like very choppy and just very.
Well, he was very like wise in a sense. Yeah. Like he has that like gruff of a voice.
He plays the rooster dog. The dog's name's Rooster.
Yeah, he plays like this like chiseled, like kind of rough. Old. I guess he's not really like an old, but you know, he's like this older dog who's like gone through a lot to kind of gain this wisdom. Yeah, and I can kind of see it. You know, I didn't know that it was Harrison Ford, but no, like thinking back on it, right? You know, it makes sense. It really does.
I really did. I mean, this movie came out to be an hour and 26 minutes. It was so quick. I was just like, dang, it's already like, it was so entertaining. It went by so quick, like nothing. It was still daylight when we came out, and I was just like, what the
daylight
heck is going on?
Daylight over here was like 8:30. It was very, I liked the length. I wouldn't add or take away anything. Yeah,
exactly. It was perfect.
It was perfect. It's told its story it needed to. It didn't drag at all at any point. I still was very intrigued by everything.
There was so much character development. I would say the only one I really didn't I forgot the big dog with Max. What was his name? Duke. That's probably really the only one I felt like they didn't really do a character development with him, but everyone else got character development in this story.
Well, because we did see Duke
in the first one have his character development.
Right. So we see him like go through all these changes and then like as he's getting adjusting to Max, but then you know at the end, of course, they are best buddies now. Yeah. So it didn't bother me that they didn't expand that. Yeah. Because you know you get the sense of just the first few minutes of the film that they're still longtime pals, and the way the film's set up, it's like over a span of years. It's not like a couple months; it's years. Yeah, years exactly. So you see they're still life good changes, friends. Yeah. After all the life changes that happen. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I didn't need to see any more of Duke or his story because it really wasn't about him. Mm-hmm. So it didn't bother me.
And now of course we did get an addition. So now the Max's owners actually have a relationship, and then they actually get married, and they have a kid, and then
so they start a family.
They start a family, and then it just shows that it really cherishes that family feel, and it cherishes that family pet ownership, and how the pets grew with the owners, and now they grow up with the owners' pets. Yes, with the owners' kids. I'm sorry.
My parents had 2 cats before me and my brother were born. My brother's 5 years older. And so my brother grew up with them, and I grew up with them, and they are the best cats I've ever had. It is something to grow up with pets.
Awesome. So what did you feel like they needed out of this? I mean,
I liked all of it. I don't think I need anything.
You were cracking up every time the camera was on, or the animation was all the cats, and that was crazy. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah.
It is like so funny how spot on it is.
Yeah, it really was.
Like there's just different scenes about like not just seeing the cats, but there's also different scenes about how cats are supposed to act, or how the cats act in front of their owners, and it's the same. Yeah. It's so spot on. Like it's great.
Yeah. You know, I would say, you know, just whatever I felt like they needed. It was 100% spot on. There's really nothing I could really take that I really could say could have changed it. Like I said, probably the only thing that really bothered me was just the Duke thing. How he was just there following Max at this, like just, you know, with his buddy and everything. But like I said, if the story wasn't focused on him, his story was all the pets, and that's what it was. Well, it was mainly
Max, even though Max and Duke had their own side adventure with Rooster. It was mainly about Max, and Max was the one that actually underwent more of a change. So Duke was the same before and after their owners had a child. He was the same. He was cool, laid back, but Max is the one that was like the main grew more worried and very protective of the child. And so it was mainly the story about him changing and not kind of almost letting go. In a sense.
No, I got you. Man, to be honest, was this the film that we deserved? Oh,
yes,
man.
it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
anything
so
with pets,
spot on.
Yes, it yes.
All right, rate 1 out of 10. What are you gonna give this?
Oh, that's so hard. I want to give it like an 8.5. Wow. I think it's a really good 8.5.
Wow, 8.5. I thought you were gonna go higher. I thought you were gonna give it like a 9.5 or something, like a 9.
I want to give it 8.5. It is a solid 8.5. You know what? No. I'm feeling good. I would give it a 9.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna give, me personally, I think it's really good. I am a pet owner. I've always been a pet owner. Will always be a pet owner.
Yeah.
And it was.
It's really
the
great,
nuances of a pet, like having a pet, the way the pets act or personalities is just spot on. It's great. Yeah. And I loved it.
Like I said, it was really spot on. The animation was so on point in this movie. Act 1, 2, and 3 just got better and better and better, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say that. Rate 1 out of 10. I'm gonna have to give this a 9 as well. I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. A high rating. I really did love this movie. This movie's gonna have so much. You're gonna be laughing at so many parts. You are crying laughing, and you're gonna be laughing so many parts and so many good things. Maybe you're laughing at the jokes, not the same jokes as your other person counterpart right next to you is, but you're gonna be laughing at so many other different parts as well. So I do recommend this movie. Alamo City Movie Talk does recommend this movie, guys. And at the end of you, be sure to check it out. I mean, take your families to go see this. This is a fun family movie, guys. Totally family friendly, and it's gonna have the kids cracking up. It's gonna be having everyone cracking up. I can't wait for y'all to see it. Put it on the comments down below. Let us know your thoughts of this movie, man. Let us know your thoughts of this movie. What were your expectations on the comments down below? So let us know. I'm gonna definitely, since I bought the first one, I'm definitely gonna buy this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to buy it. It's gonna be great to own. It's gonna be a great solid movie to own. And yeah. So all right, guys, we're gonna be talking about spoilers real quick. We're just gonna go over like nothing too crazy, just spoilers, like the logic that we loved about it. So if you don't want to listen, watch our other videos, guys. All right.
Turn it off now.
Spoilers. Yeah, we're watching spoilers. So I want to mention this cat scene that was phenomenal. So we go into the old lady scene, and spoilers by the way, to the old lady scene, and that scene was so spot on. Like I felt like everything was accurate. The cat tree, everything was accurate. All those cats was crazy. Like she was petting that one cat, and then like all the other cats were just like falling, and then there was a cat falling on the side of the sofa.
I feel like that first scene where we see. So what happens is Gidget, the white Pomeranian, is betrusted with this Max's favorite toy as he's gone on vacation. Yeah, and she accidentally loses it into a new apartment that we have never seen, and it happens to be this crazy cat lady. Yeah. And I agree with you. That scene is spot on. You see, like you said, the cat trees. You see all these cats just wandering and misbehaving in the background as this woman's oblivious. So
they see this toy and then they start attacking it. Everyone starts attacking it, and just going crazy. And then she goes up to Chloe and she's all like, "Chloe, teach me how to be a cat." And it's just like, that was hilarious.
I loved that scene. That was one of my favorites.
And I was wondering where the rest of the characters were at, like the wiener dog. I was wondering where they were at.
The pug, the pug-looking one.
The sequences, it was so well written. The sequences when they were talking, when they were mentioning, when they were talking about just how the sequences were and everything, as far as the what was it? When the treats one, he's all like, he was biting the treats and everything, like all this stuff. Like he went in the kitty litter. He's like, "Oh, I'm eating treats." I was like, "Oh," I was like, dude, that's not treats, man.
I liked like how Chloe was explaining how to be a cat. Like she's like, no, like cats land gracefully on their feet, and then she's like pushing the dogs out of like off the top of like a long bookshelf. Yeah. And then like I just liked how there's a scene where she is like has put like the ears and the sock on Gidget, like, okay, you look the part, now act like it. This is how you strut. This is how you do this. And then it was just so spot on. And at the very end, when Gidget is ready to go into this apartment and get her toy back, she is just like a cat, and it's the best.
Right? Oh man, I'm gonna have to agree with you there too as well. I loved it so much. I mean, everything was so well written. I mean, everything made sense. I mean, it really did make so much sense in this.
It did. It was,
I loved it.
Again, like, I'm pretty 100% sure everyone who wrote it and animated was a pet owner.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It was accurate.
It was so accurate.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we just shed some light, a little bit of light on that, and then also we was Kevin Hart. I will go on and on. Like, he wasn't as annoying. He was actually more chilled out, I felt like, and he was just more relaxed because he had an owner. So it was just, I felt like it was way more relaxed because.
I can see where you're coming from. He's a little bit more tame. Yeah. He still has that like wild personality for this small little creature, this bunny. But again, I liked Kevin Hart, like all the stuff he does. He was great. He's so funny. He's so perfect for this role because the bunny has such a big personality for the small body. Okay, and I feel like Kevin Hart is the exact same way. Okay. He has so much personality for a small little person.
All right. Did you want to mention anything else? Anything else that really stood out to you the most? The animation was great, right? I mean,
I would say the animation was great. I think my favorite scene though was when Gidget earns the respect of the whole cat colony in that.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go in depth on that.
But it's where after Gidget finds out Max needs help with some, this is where all the stories collide. She entails the help of that cat army. Yeah. And so the cats help her. They're like her army. So they trick the old woman into going out. So they hide all the cat food and they push their bowls ever so slightly, give those cute little eyes like they're hungry. And that woman just eats up that like gravy, and she goes out, and you see that scene where it pans out where the old woman is leaving and going to her car with the whole cats behind her. I think that was my favorite.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then also there was dogs in there too, but they just had cat ears in them. Like, that was hilarious. I was like, what? I was all, whatever. That was great.
It was great. Yeah. That was hands down my favorite scene in the whole film.
All right, guys. Put it all in the comments down below. Let us know your favorite scene, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, I am your host, Ryan D. A. Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that cat lady Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like our review, guys. Have a wonderful day.